Hey everyone. You might be wondering why I'm dressed like a superhero today, and that's because I'm going to talk to you about how mindfulness is like a superpower. It's a special power we have. All of us have it. Think about, what is a superpower? It's a power that makes you feel stronger and braver and able to do special things. Well, our mindfulness superpower can help us to feel brave and strong, and it can help us to learn new things and be better able to handle our big feelings and challenges. So let's do our mindful minute practice, listening to the sound of our bell and then focusing on the feeling of our breath in our bodies for 1 minute. We're going to start this superhero training. So go ahead and take your imaginary zipper from your belly button and zip it all the way up to your chin so that your spine, your back, gets nice and tall and long. And then try to sit still and quiet. It's okay if there's noise around you. We all have distractions sometimes. We're just learning and practicing how we can ignore those distractions and just try to focus on our breath. It's good practice. Okay, so put your hand on your breathing spot, your belly or your chest, wherever you want your breathing anchor to be. Sitting up tall, you can let your eyes close. 1 mindful minute. Awesome job. Remember that if your mind wanders when you're doing that, that's totally normal and that's okay. It's a practice. We just keep bringing our attention back to our breathing. That's all. That's the brain training. Okay, so we're going to do 1 more minute, except this time I want you to use your super ears. Now, what makes our hearing become super, like a superpower, is when we pay really close attention to it. So after you hear the sound of my bell, I want you to notice what other sounds around you that you hear, either in the room or outside of the room, or maybe sounds that you hear coming from your body. Just notice any other sounds in or around you with your super ears, paying really close attention. Now here's the thing, you might get annoyed by a sound you hear, or you wish that sound wasn't there. But we want to just practice noticing the noise and then letting it go. So we're not staying stuck on the noise. We're noticing any other sounds we might hear. So we just keep training our ears to listen to other different sounds and not get stuck and attached to those sounds that we hear. Okay, ready? We want to sit up nice and tall again, zip up. Try to be still and quiet in your body so you can focus better. You can let your eyes close. That helps me use my super ears better. Ready? Great job using your super ears. It's not easy to stay focused on one thing like that, and we have to remember that we may not have peace and quiet around us when we're trying to practice mindfulness or we're trying to practice yoga. We just have to notice things and then try to let them go and not stay stuck and focused on them. Okay? So for our lesson today, we're going to include this book to go along with our using mindfulness as a superpower. And then we'll do some superhero yoga today too. I'm going to take my eye mask off so that I can read the story better. This book is called Even Superheroes Have Bad Days. And this is by Shelley Becker. When superheroes don't get their way, when they're sad, when they're mad, when they have a bad day, they could use superpowers to kick, punch, and pound. They could shriek, they could squeak with an ear-piercing sound. They could crush wooden crates and bend metal gates. They could throw trucks and buses across several states. They could knock over buildings like towers of blocks and crumble the streets into rubble and rocks. They could use laser eyes to ignite forest fires or fling boomerangs to deflate the town's tires. But upset superheroes have all sorts of choices. Instead of destruction and loud, livid voices, they burn angry steam off with the speed of light hiking or super extreme outer space mountain biking. They race to the rescue of people in need, and they delight in the joy of a super good deed. They hatch super plans to help banish world sadness, building fabulous theme parks for giggles and gladness. They chase wanted bad guys with supercharged zing, dragging hundreds to jail while police dance and sing. They track down and tame super menacing beasts and transform pity parties to victory feasts. But displeased superheroes who don't feel serene could have super temptation to cause a bad scene. They could blast icy blizzards on hot afternoons, or walloping twisters and monster typhoons. They could spin super webs, super far, super sticky, and tangle up towns with their silk super icky. They could rotate the planet and mess up world time. Or sit back and relax while the world fills with crime. When superheroes don't get their way, when they're sad, when they're mad, when they've had a bad day, they could super rampage. They could, but they don't. Because real superheroes just wouldn't. They won't. Instead, they dig down to their super best part, the strong superpowers contained in their heart. And using their talents, as true heroes should, they battle the urge to do harm, though they could. They acknowledge their sorrow, their anger, their pain, as they wait for their super emotions to wane. It's okay if they frown. It's okay if they sigh. It's even okay if they slump down and cry. But then they get up and they get on with their day, saving the world in their most super way. Here's some of the superheroes. So, boys and girls, just like these superheroes, we all have bad days sometimes, and how we react to that makes a big difference. These superheroes, they knew they still had jobs to do, even though they were feeling down. So just like them, we still have jobs to do at home, for school, even when we're having a bad day. So we can be like these superheroes and notice our feelings, right? And it's okay if we're upset, but then we need to move forward. And we can do that by maybe helping someone else and being kind towards others. I want you to think about a bad day strategy that you might have. So when I'm having a bad day, what's a superhero action I could think about that would be good for me, that would help me have a better day? Mine might be to go for a walk, or to listen to calming music, or read a book, or make some yummy food. Right? And these are also examples of how we practice our yoga principle of having alone time. It's time for us to just reflect on how we're feeling and what we need. Okay, that's what we want to focus on. How are we feeling and what do we need? Okay, we're going to play a quick game. Before we do our yoga, I want to ask you for some examples here. I'm going to give some examples of actions. So you're going to show me whether it's a hero behavior or a hero in training behavior. So hero behavior is like something a hero would do even though they're having a bad day. Okay? And if you think it's a hero behavior, you're going to do a hero pose. Okay? So you're going to put one arm forward and one hand in your fist by a hip. Okay? And then if you think it's a hero in training behavior, so they're not quite being a hero, they're not making a good choice, it's not something a superhero would do, just stay seated. Okay? So here's the first one. Someone called Ashley a mean name. She decided she doesn't want anyone else to feel bad, so she's saying kind words to everyone she sees today. Show me what you think. Is it superhero action or just a superhero and still in training? That's a superhero action. So even though she was called a bad name, she still wants to spread kindness. Okay, here's number 2. Will had a tough morning at home, so he calls Tom some rude names to try to make himself feel better. What do you think? Yeah, that's a superhero in training move. That is not something that's going to help him feel better, and he's not showing superhero actions. Okay, number 3. Kristen is mad because she lost a game, so she pushes her sister. What do you think that is? That's a superhero in training. She's not ready to be a superhero yet, right? So think about what she could do instead. We lose games sometimes when we play with our siblings, right? It's okay if we're upset, but we can't push somebody. That's not okay. All right, number 4. Sean and Mitch lost their big soccer game, but they gave each other high fives and said, "Good game. We tried our best." What do you think? That's definitely a superhero action. Even though they were upset, they tried to move forward and try to cheer each other on, be positive with each other. All right, number 5. Seth is refusing to help his mom around the house because he's having a lousy day. Just because he's having a lousy day, he still should be helping out, right? So that is not a superhero action. That is still a superhero in training. Okay, last one. Greg is feeling sad today because he misses his friends, so he decides to write them notes. That's an awesome superhero action. It's okay that he's sad. It's okay that he misses his friends, so he's trying to do something that will help him feel better. So when you have a bad day, boys and girls, you have a choice. You can make the bad day worse, or you can try to make it better. Think about what you'll do next time you have a bad day. Okay, boys and girls, let's get started with our superhero yoga. This reminds us that we have superpowers in our bodies and our minds. We can access and practice anytime to build our strength physically in our bodies and mentally in our minds. Let's start with some superhero breaths. We're going to do Batman breath first. So for Batman breath, you're going to lift your arms out to the sides as if you had wings like a bat. And as you do that, you'll lift up one leg, and we'll breathe in, and then we'll set it all down as we breathe out. Ready? Lift your arms out, breathe in, lifted leg. Breathe out, set it down. To the opposite leg this time. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, set it down. One more time each side. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, set it down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, stand. Nice. Okay, we're going to do a Spider-Man breath now. For Spider-Man, you take your hand and put down the 2 fingers here, right? And now you have your Spider-Man hands. Okay, so you're going to take your hands like that, and we'll draw them in, elbows in towards our sides as we breathe in. As we breathe out, we'll shoot our webs forward as we breathe out. Big, strong breath. Ready? Inhale through your nose, breathe in. Exhale out of your mouth, shoot it. Nice. Inhale, breathe in, long breath. Exhale, shoot your web, breathe out. Couple more, inhale. Breathe out. Last one, make it really strong and powerful. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Okay, next one is Superman breath. So this one we'll just start standing when we breathe in. And as we breathe out, we'll have fists in our hands and we will stretch our arms up and lift a foot up like we are flying into the sky. Okay, so inhale to stand in mountain. Exhale, lift up one leg, arms go up. Inhale, stand in mountain. Exhale, lift. Inhale, stand in mountain. Exhale, lift. Nice, like you're flying up, shooting up. Last one, inhale, mountain. Exhale, lift up. Awesome. Last one is Wonder Woman breath. So for Wonder Woman, put one hand on our hip, take the other hand and bring it around like you're swinging a lasso when you breathe in. As you breathe out, throw your lasso around the bad guy. Okay, ready? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Opposite arm now, switch sides. Inhale, swing your lasso. Exhale, throw it. Inhale, swing. Exhale, throw. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to do some strengthening poses. So let's come down. You're going to bring your hands down to the mat and step your feet back, coming into plank pose. So this is a pose that helps us get really strong. Superheroes need to be really strong. So hold your body still and strong. Pull your tummy in towards your back. Hold it, push through your hands, push through your shoulders. You can do it. You can do hard things. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your knees down. Awesome job. Shake out your hands. The next pose we're going to do is another strength building pose. We're going to start in downward dog and we're going to add some dog kicks to it. So come on down. Again, hands nice and wide and flat, pressing into the mat. Step your feet back like you were in plank pose, except this time hips up high to the sky, like you're trying to come into like an upside down V, like you're a triangle, okay? And then bend your knees out to the side so you can then push up and kick your heels up towards your bottom. Let's do a couple more of those. Bend your knees, sit down low, and then push up, press up, kick up towards your bottom. One more time. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, kick up. Awesome. You should feel strength in your legs. Let's see how strong we are by trying to imagine we can lift up a car. Come into a yogi squat. So knees bend out, hands together in our yogi squat. And now take your hands like you were trying to lift up a car. We're going to push up from our squat, feeling all that strength in our legs and our arms. Ready? Inhale. As you exhale, push up with all of your might. Nice job. Shake it out. Okay, superheroes need to learn how to fly. So we're going to do some flying training now with half moon pose. So we will start in warrior 2. We want one foot towards the front edge of our mat and one foot towards the back edge of our mat. We're going to bend our front knee so our knee is over our ankle, arms out to the side. Now listen, this is warrior 2. For half moon, I'm going to bring down my hand. My back leg is going to come up. Okay, I'm going to scoot back just a little bit. Big breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to reach this hand towards the mat and try to kick up my back leg to half moon pose. I'm balancing on one foot pressing into the mat and one hand pressing into the mat. Breathing in, breathing out. You're doing awesome with your training for how to fly. Okay, slowly set that back foot down. Turn your knees out, heels in. We're going to go into Hulk pose before we do the other side. So I want you to bend your knees, lift your arms up. We're going to breathe in to stand up. And as we breathe out, bend your knees, bend your elbows, and show me your muscles for Hulk pose. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, Hulk pose. Show me your muscles. Give me your Hulk grunt. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome job. Let's do our warrior 2 and half moon on the other side. We always want to balance in our bodies. So now this foot is turning towards the other edge of the mat, and then my back foot is kind of at a little slant, at a little diagonal. I'm going to bend my front knee over my ankle. Arms out, one in front, one in back. I'm in warrior 2 to help me get ready to fly in half moon pose. Bringing this hand now down to the mat as I lift up my back leg. And trying to practice my flying skills. See if you can hold it for 3, 2, 1. Set that foot back down. Let's do 2 more Hulk poses. Ready? Breathe in, lift up, breathe out. Get lower this time. Breathe in, lift up, breathe out. Nice. Okay, now we've done the flying training, right? So we're ready to fly. We're going to fly in Warrior 3 pose. So one foot is stepping forward towards the front edge of the mat. And I'm actually going to lean forward as I send my back leg up and my arms out in front of me like I'm really flying, okay? Picture that you're actually flying. Be brave. You can do it, even if it seems challenging. Find one focus spot to stare at, one little piece of something that you see or a spot on the floor, something that'll help you focus and stay balanced. Ready? Breathe in, lift up tall. Breathe out, lean forward. Hands are forward, foot is back. Press into your bottom foot. You've got it. For 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Awesome. Shake it out. And let's do the other side. So now the opposite foot presses into the mat. Arms reach forward. We reach up to start. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lean forward, balancing on my standing leg. Nice focus. See if you can hold it for 3, 2, 1. We're going to practice seeing if we can fly on our belly. So come down to the mat now. This is called locust pose in yoga. We're going to call it flying pose today. So land on your bellies, you're on your mat, and see if we can fly lying on the floor. This pose also makes our backs really strong. So reach your arms out in front of you. You're going to take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to lift our legs and arms up off of the mat. So the only thing that's on our mat is our bellies. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, set it back down. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, set it back down. We're going to hold this one a little longer. Ready? Breathe in, lift up. Imagine you're flying. You're so strong. Feel that strength in your body for 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Have a quick rest. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Slowly come up. We're going to do some superhero affirmations, matching them to poses. So these are words we're going to repeat, again, to help our minds be mentally strong and to feel good and confident and positive. And we're going to match that to yoga poses. So we'll do our warrior poses, just like there are superhero poses. We'll do warrior 1, which our legs are the same as they are in warrior 2. So the back leg is straight and strong. The front knee is bent right over our ankle. And then we turn our hips forward towards our front knee, our bent knee, and lift our arms up. Okay, so this is warrior 1 pose. I want you to repeat after me. I am brave. Nice. Now warrior 2, just turn your body and your arms go out to the side, but your legs stay the same. Repeat after me. I am strong. You should feel that strength in your legs. Now, back hand is going to come down to rest on my leg. Top hand comes up over my head. This is called peaceful warrior. So say, I am peaceful. And then we're going to shoot up into warrior 3 and say, I am a superhero. Okay, so come bring your arms, cartwheel around. Lift up your back leg. I am a superhero. Even if your back leg needs to be touching the mat, that's okay. All right, set it down, shake it out. Let's do the other side. A little bit quicker this time since you know the poses. Bend your front knee. The other leg now is bent. Turn your upper body forward towards that bent knee. Reach your arms up. I am strong. Warrior 2. Repeat after me. I am brave. Lean back. Back hand touches your leg. Other arm reaches over. I am peaceful. Now we're going to go into warrior 3. I am a superhero. Nice job. Okay, we're going to play a little game. I'm going to play some superhero music, and I want you to run in place like you're running to save somebody, to do your good deed, your superhero action. When the music stops, you're going to freeze in one of the yoga poses I say. So I'm either going to say plank, which remember was the first pose we did. Hands down, feet go back, long straight line. Or I'll say half moon. So you need to get in that warrior two stance. Bring your hand and foot down as you lift up the back hand and foot. Either side, doesn't matter. Or I'll say Hulk pose, and you'll get into that Hulk pose. Okay, ready? Let me get my music on. Keep running, like you're chasing the bad guy or you're trying to help somebody. Plank pose. Awesome. Get back up and get running again. Ready? Half moon pose. Nice. Okay, run again. Run. Practice that super speed. Super speed. Hulk pose. All right, I'm going to go a little quicker this time. Ready? Half moon pose. Hulk pose. Half moon pose, other side. Run, 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 run. Super speed, super speed. Plank pose. Hold your plank long and strong. Hulk pose. For 3, 2, 1. Come and have a seat on your mat. Awesome job, guys. Put your hand on your heart. Notice your heart rate. Put your hand on your belly. I want you to try to lift your bottom hand where your belly is pressing into. Lift it with slow, long, deep breaths. Push that hand out and then let it come back in. So focus on your heart beating, but see if you get that heart to beat a little bit slower with every breath. Big breath in through your nose. Big breath out. Couple more. Notice if your heart is pumping a little slower. It takes a little bit of time though. Don't worry if it's still pumping fast. You just worked really hard. Great. Now superheroes need to practice building mental and physical strength, but they also need to rest. So take off your gear, your cape, your eye mask, whatever you imagine that you had on. And now we're going to relax like a superhero. So we're going to come lay down on our mats with our arms and legs out really nice and long. And we're going to get our bodies super relaxed by squeezing and tensing up all of our muscles and then relaxing and letting them go and be really loose and floppy like cooked spaghetti noodles, okay? So I'm going to come down on my mat and we'll do it 3 times, okay? So legs out long, arms out long. Just feel your body pressing into the mat or the floor. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Now squeeze all of your muscles from your toes, your legs, your belly, your arms, your hands, even your neck and shoulders and face. Squeeze, 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 and release and relax. Let's do that again. Squeeze everything up really tight. Feel your strong superhero muscles squeeze, and then relax and release them. One more time. Squeeze everything up. Even your face, right? Your hands are in fists, your toes are curled, squeeze, and then relax and release. Really notice how your body feels when you relax and release your muscles like that. Try to let your body be really still. Try to focus on your breathing for a few more moments. And slowly start to wake your body up. So wiggling your fingers and toes if that feels good, or maybe stretching your arms up over your head. And then gently curl over to one side. And slowly bring yourself up to easy pose. Thank you for practicing that superhero training with me today. You guys did awesome. Let's end our class. So rub your hands together, create some warmth. Place them over your head. Repeat after me. May I have peace in my thoughts. Hands over your chin. May I have peace in my words. Hand over your heart. May I have peace in my heart. Hands together. Together we say, Namaste. See you next time.